Nick, I'm just thinking that you're doing this all the time. When somebody come and want to join and be part of this and be part of the blueprint, what's the process you follow?
Normally what we find is that the field officers have a pretty good relationship with their sites, and from that they can identify an advocate or a bit of a champion for good workplace mental health. From there we have a conversation with them about the blueprint, what the 5 pillars are, and what they might already be doing around promoting activities that lead into these pillars. From there's 2 things that happen next. We do an employer survey, which really asks the company what are they doing and how are they feeling about these activities on site at that particular point in time. It's not an audit, it's not a compliance document, it's just to help them understand how we can work together to lift the bar on these 5 principles attached to good workplace mental health. From there they get a bit of a report, and that report just says how they've rated against every other company that signed up to the blueprint over the last 2 years. So the company can do what they like with that report. They can reach out to some new services, or they can say at this particular point in time, we're going to take some time to digest what we might need to do to lift the bar. But overall, it's about having a conversation, and it's about starting that process of being more aware of what EAPs might be available, how we can engage mates on site, what we might need to do with our policies and procedures, so that all of these things that we know promote good mental health and well-being really have an impact for workers on site.
It sort of almost sounds like if it's coming out of what we're already doing on site, it's a continuation of what we're already doing, just becoming a little bit more aware of it.
Absolutely. And the other thing about that survey is that we do it annually. So it means you can really track how you're going as an organisation.
And I presume that those results are confidential?
Absolutely. Everything's confidential. So all the conversations we have with the company about how they deal with these things internally, that stays between us.
So that's really useful in terms of actually getting a picture of what we're already doing. And do you do something to actually work out how that works for our staff?
Absolutely. So we've partnered with Griffith to develop a tool that companies can run with their employees around how they're actually travelling at work. And it's a validated tool. So it's gone through a process that says these measures that we're asking people, they're legitimate. They've been internationally recognised. So from doing that survey on site with their employees, again, we can provide them with a report that looks at how they're tracking and that particular site's tracking against the broader set of data that's been collated over all of the sites that have been doing this tool. So what that means is companies have a direct measure for how their employees are doing as well.
And again, as a company, those results go back to me. It doesn't get shared widely.
That's right. It's private, it's confidential. It's up for the company to what
So it's really for us to, as a business, to reassess and help us do better.
That's right. And the other thing is, again, that can be done at intervals. So it might be done when the project's first starting, might be done at a 6-month interval, and then it might be done at a 12-month interval, so that you can really track and see how your employees are going over the course of that project.